So good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us. We're really excited to meet you all, even though initially it's on a computer screen. I'm the chair of the biology department, and we have several other faculty here who are going to introduce themselves. We're going to tell you a bit about the program, and this is an opportunity for you to ask any questions that you have. And you can wait and do that at the end verbally, or you can start asking questions if they occur to you in the chat, and I'll try and answer those as well as we go along. So I'm going to pass us back to Dr. Coleman.
All right, so you should be able to see my screen. My name is Heather Coleman. I am the Associate Chair and Director of Undergraduate Studies for Biology. So I'm going to start us off with sort of a general overview of the biology program. Then we're going to jump over to Dr. Reyna. Dr. Reyna is the Director of the Biotechnology program, and she's going to tell you a little bit about that. Actually, I have the order backwards. First of all, immediately before Dr. Reyna speaks, we're going to have Dr. Hoban tell you a little bit about the biochemistry program. Then it's going to come back to me, and I'll tell you a little bit more about sort of other things other than the specific curriculum of our programs and other ways you can get involved here at Syracuse University. So first of all, I want to thank you all for joining us. We're excited that you're interested in the program. And so the Department of Biology is situated within the College of Arts and Sciences in Maxwell School of Citizenship and Policy or Public Affairs rather at the University of Syracuse. I'm going to pause for a sec. Kate, are you seeing people pop up, and can you let them in as they come in? Wonderful. Then I'm going to ignore those for now. Now I just have to figure out how to, there we go. Okay, so this is an overview of the campus. So you can see here, if you've been to the campus, you'll recognize the quad. We have Hendricks Chapel. We have the music school over here. And then just off screen over here, we have the Life Sciences Complex, which is where the Department of Biology is housed. So you can see on the screen, we're going to talk about the various degree programs that are housed, at least partially, within the Department of Biology. You've met already Dr. Lewis, and you've met myself. Billy Trapani is our undergraduate coordinator. And then as you, on the screen, you're also going to see a little bit of information for Dr. Reyna and Dr. Hoagland. So we have 6 different degree options currently in the biology department. So we have a BS in biology, a BS in biology with an environmental science focus. And those are the sort of what I'm going to focus on the most in the next few slides. In addition to those programs, I'm going to talk a little bit or associate with those is the BA in biology and a minor in biology. Those are both also wonderful options, and they're sort of represented by the BS in biology, but they require a few less electives and a few less courses. So mostly in the next few slides, I'll focus on the BS biology. There's 3 types of required courses for our program. We have our introductory and our core courses, our chemistry and math courses, and our upper division courses. And I'll go into those all in a little bit more detail. So our intro and core courses are very similar to other programs. We have two introductory courses. So in fall and spring semester of your first year, you'll take Introductory Biology 1 and Intro Bio 2. Both of these have lab courses associated with them. In the second semester, we sort of split out our majors and our non-majors. And so our majors get what's called the Integrated Bio Lab. We're very excited about this course. It's a relatively new course in the format that it is now. And it gives students an opportunity to really do hands-on research and to start to learn how science works and really how to develop a project within science. It's a very exciting new course within our program. In addition, you take our 3 core courses. These are generally taken in your junior year: genetics, cell biology, and ecology and evolution. There's also a chemistry and math requirement for the biology degree. So you're going to take Gen Chem 1 and 2 with labs. You're going to take the organic chemistry lecture and lab. And you're also going to take Calculus 1 and statistics. In terms of upper division courses, you have lots of options. So you have to take 22 credits of 300 level or higher courses. Of those, 2 have to be lab courses. So it's a minimum of 6 credits. And you have to take an additional 5 to 6 lecture or seminar courses. And so we have a large number of courses that are very small courses. So up to 15 students that are really sort of focused on reading scientific literature, discussing science a lot more. And those are our seminar courses, and those are a great option for upper division electives. Our lab courses, we have a lot of options there as well. So you can see the list here, and I'm not going to read through it for you. But we do have a lot of options. You can do things like microscopy, biotechnology, microbiology. There's some neuroanatomy courses, so there's a wide range. And then we also have ecology and evolution courses. And essentially you're required to take 2 lab courses, but you have a choice amongst a very sort of large number of courses here, as you can see. So that's the general curriculum for our BS in biology. And now I'm going to pass this over to Dr. Hoagland, who's going to tell you a little bit about the biochemistry degree.
Okay, thank you very much. And if you don't mind, Heather, I'll ask you to advance slides since I have no control here, very much like the rest of my life. So hi, I'm Jimmy Hoagland. I'm a professor. I'm jointly appointed between the departments of chemistry and biology here at SU, which mirrors the biochemistry program, which is co-administered between the chemistry and biology departments. So if we go to the next slide, the biochemistry major is a sort of a joint program between the departments. It's appropriate for students looking for advanced degrees in biochemistry. I know you're surprised. Molecular biology, biophysics, but also particularly in the biomedical fields, health professions, and we have more and more students looking to go into sort of biopharma, so industrial positions after their undergraduate studies. Now, when we think about that, as we look to their career options, as we see them on the next slide, again, there's a wide array from being sort of a biochemist or pharmaceutical chemist. Many of our biochemistry majors look to go pre-health or pre-pharmacy. Our curriculum very much mirrors or follows along the recommendations of what you'd want for preparing for medical school, so that works out nicely. But also looking more broadly, we have a number of students who are interested in forensic science. We have many students who double major in biochemistry and forensic science here at SU. Food scientists, biomedical engineers, on and on. I do enjoy the professors, the second to last one on the list. So, you know, it works out. But really what it is the program is specifically set up to take students who you know, their interests are right at that barrier between biology and chemistry, sort of the interface that's close to my heart. And it gives you a chance to explore that through the coursework, which is equally distributed between chemistry and biology, but also then beyond the coursework, as we've heard, there's a real emphasis on undergraduate research. And with our biochemistry majors, we make sure to give you opportunities to work, if you're more interested in the biological side, in a biology lab doing biochemistry or a chemistry lab doing biochemistry. We've also had students who look to do research, for example, over at SUNY Upstate Medical University. So we feel that it's a really nice program to let students explore that interface of chemistry and biology, looking forward to a variety of career options in sort of the life sciences arena writ large. So that sort of gives you a brief idea of what's going on with the biochemistry major. And then as we move on next, I'll be handing over to Professor Reyna, who will tell us about the BS in biotechnology.
You're muted, Dr. Reyna.
So as Professor Coleman said, I oversee the biotechnology program. And actually, what is biotechnology? Biotechnology combines the discipline of biology and chemistry, and it utilizes mathematics and physics and gives us the tool for modern biology and biomedical research. And some experts say that it will be a survival tool in the future due to the growing need for new technologies in multiple fields across agriculture to the health sector. So what do we do in biotechnology? You use science to solve real world problems. It can be in pharmaceutical industry, it can be agricultural, where you can increase the nutrient value or the crops can be protected against various diseases. It can be in stem cell and research used in genetic or gene therapy. It can be used in gene editing, or if you want to produce large concentration or amount of proteins, it can be used in industrial biotechnology. We all know about COVID vaccine. So that's also biotechnology, which is used in diagnosis or synthesis of vaccine or antibodies for either cancer or vaccine for prevention against various diseases. Also, it is utilized for cleanup of the medicine. So our biotechnology program, if I can go to the next slide, our biotechnology program is not only BS, but it is BS and MS combined as well, 4+1 program. So you can finish your BS and MS degree in 5 years. And this program is interdisciplinary program, as you see here. It combines biology. You take classes in Whitman, that is the business school. You also take classes in Maxwell, public health, economic classes. You take classes in bioengineering as well. So you can create your own personalized education because it is flexible. We have a lot of different electives based on what your interest is. Accordingly, you can take different electives. So it's a unique program which combines different colleges because it's an interdisciplinary, and it will help you gain or acquire position in different areas. So if you can have a next slide. So where can we go after doing biotechnology? You can go to health profession, medicine, dental school, pharmacy, pharmaceutical industries, biotech industries, public policy. Many of our students have gone to law. They have gone to companies like Regeneron, Pfizer. They have gone to Harvard. They have gone to UPenn for research. Or you can just become professor. They have gone to different areas of sciences. So you can do any of these things if you want to by choosing different electives, but the core courses in biotechnology, the first up to sophomore courses are very similar to biology. So after this, I think I will switch it to Professor Coleman again.
Yeah, and I'm going to pause here on this slide for a second because I don't want you to start reading ahead. But one of the things that I want to say is I want to echo some of the things that Dr. Lewis is putting in the chat and what Dr. Reina just said as well, is that one of the beauty of these sort of programs living within one department or sharing a home department is that you can start out not knowing which one of them you want to do, and that's totally fine because the first year you're doing essentially the same courses. The second year you're doing almost all the same courses, and so by the end of your sophomore year is when you really need to start deciding what you want to do and which one you want to focus on. And so that's a really wonderful thing because you may have heard about all of these programs and think, oh, I'm a little bit interested in all of this. And that's great, right? There's still time to figure out where you want to go. I'm going to talk, so you've heard a little bit about the curriculum in these various programs, these 6-degree programs that we offer. And now I'm going to tell you a little bit about other things to do with the biology department. And one of the great things about biology and the programs under that umbrella is that there's a lot of related clubs. And I'm not going to go through all of these. I am going to mention really quickly the Biotechnology Society. And the reason that I mention it is because it's a relatively new society that was started by our undergraduate students. And they've done a really wonderful job. And one of the things that they do is they bring in external speakers from industry. They offer sort of workshops for students. So things like resume writing. And so it's a really active society in our department. And so that's something that we're quite excited about. But these other programs as well, you'll see there's sort of something for everyone, depending what you're interested in, which is really a great situation to be in. And we have many students that are members of more than one of these clubs and are very active participants. So I'm going to talk a little bit about our research facilities. So one of the things that you can see here is that we actually have active faculty that are doing active research, and the top 2 photos show active research going on in faculty members' labs. We also have an imaging facility that allows all faculty and students who work in the labs to be able to do fairly high-end microscopy. And we have a greenhouse. And so if you're working with a faculty member who's interested in plant biology, like I am, we're very fortunate to have a greenhouse that's accessible to us to use for our research. The reason this is important to you specifically right now is because we have a lot of, oops, sorry, hold on, wait. There we go. I'm trying to move the picture of me so that I can actually talk about what's on the screen. Okay, so the reason I say this is important to you too is because coming in as an undergraduate, you might be interested in research, and we have a lot of great opportunities for undergraduate research. One of the things that we do, and I mentioned the requirement of lab courses, you can do lab research for credit. So you can identify a faculty member that you're interested in working with. You can go and talk to them and potentially join their lab. And then in your time there, you can do active research that may even result in a publication, but can also count towards credit for you. So that's a great opportunity. And the wonderful thing about this as well at Syracuse is there's opportunities for paid lab work, there's opportunity for internships, and there's support for that through our career advising office. The other things that I want to highlight that are a little bit different than paid lab work and internships is the opportunity for research grants for students. And so we have an office with a very long name, Syracuse Office of Undergraduate Research and Creative Engagement, which we affectionately called SOURCE. And SOURCE is a really awesome program. They essentially provide summer funding and even academic year funding to provide stipends for students to do research. And so we have, I think last year we had almost 40 undergraduate students from our programs who successfully obtained SOURCE funding to support summer research. And that's in faculty labs at Syracuse University. So that's in addition to students who had identified external opportunities. So we're very proud and excited of that program. Going hand in hand in that within the Department of Biology, we also have additional funds to supplement SOURCE funds. And so we end up being able to provide our students who stay and do research on campus with really a living wage for the summer to do research. So you get this really awesome opportunity to do hands-on work and you're paid appropriately for that work. The other opportunity that we have with research is the distinction program. And so when you enter there at the end of your sophomore year, if you have a GPA, I believe it's about 3.6, you're invited to join the distinction program, which allows you to produce a thesis. So if you're interested in going to graduate school, that's another excellent opportunity to create a full research product that will help you as you sort of pursue research in the future or whatever your goals are. It's a great opportunity. So it was also mentioned by Dr. Hoagland that biochemistry pairs really nicely with PreHealth. In fact, all of our programs pair very, very well with the PreHealth programs. So most institutions require biology with a lab for 2 semesters, biochemistry, general chemistry, organic chemistry, and then you can see the list of things there. But in addition to that, many of our electives are actually really useful for students who are going to write the MCAT or apply to dental school, all those sorts of things. And so these programs are really designed, all of them, to support PreHealth students in a real way. This was also actually mentioned very briefly by Dr. Hoagland, this idea of the forensics ILM program. So Syracuse University has a number of integrated learning majors or ILMs, and this gives you an opportunity to combine a traditional major with an applied or multidisciplinary field. And so we have 3 examples here that pair very, very well with the various biology programs. So we have a neuroscience ILM, a forensics ILM, and an environment, sustainability, and policy ILM. And we have students that do sort of any of our degrees within the biology umbrella that also participate in these ILM programs, which just gives you sort of a more applied opportunity, but it also looks quite nice on your resume as well to have these paired programs. So the last thing I'm going to touch on is AP courses. So at Syracuse University, if you score a 4 or 5 on the AP exam, you'll receive college credits for that class, which often allows you to take fewer lower level classes to graduate from college. I'm going to share with you some information from sort of recent students. And one of the things that they say, so 60% of these students had taken AP classes in high school. And almost all of them found that AP classes were helpful in preparing them for college. And they recommend that AP students bring their notes with them and use them if they plan on retaking a course. So if you haven't taken AP courses, don't stress about it. You can come into our program and you can be completely successful. But if you have taken AP courses and you intend to try and transfer some of them in, this is just helpful information for you as you pursue that. So this last slide here shows, again, Dr. Lewis, myself, and Billy Trapani, who are the chair, associate chair, and academic coordinator for biology. And then our sort of standalone, the program biotechnology director is Sarabi Reina, and the biochemistry director is Jimmy Hoagland, who you have met tonight and are more than willing to field questions by email as well. So I'm going to leave this screen up for just a moment. So if you want to note any names or anything like that. And otherwise, you already have contact with our admissions office, with Chris Anderson and his staff. And so you can always contact them to get in touch with us.